This guy's name is Wim Hof, and he climbed the Mount Everest in shorts. And he did many other crazy things. He lives in the cold without a t-shirt. Like most of the time, he doesn't have a t-shirt on, and he lives in the cold. And when he is asked his secret, he said, "It's his breathing. It's his breath." This is a superpower. Like this is something that everyone has, but only some knows how to use it, how to utilize it correctly and use it as a superpower, a fucking superpower. Breathing is very, very powerful. It helps you to stay focused. It helps you enhance your focus. It helps you to get into a flow state. It helps you to recover. It helps for recovery a lot more than you think. It helps you to sleep better. Basically, like it, whenever you might have heard your coach says, like when you are tired, breathe deep from your nose and let it out from your mouth. Why? Because this way of breathing helps you recover, fills your muscles with oxygen. Oxygen is a super air, basically a super gas. Oxygen for us, oxygen is a super gas. Yes, it keeps us alive, but also if you take more oxygen in each breath, you are more focused, you have more energy, your muscles will be sore less than they will be sore without if you don't breathe deeply. It wins arguments. Breathing wins arguments. Breathing wins fights. The one, like basically, let me tell you how. You might have heard that Einstein uses his brain more than everyone else. Einstein used his brain more than everyone else. If you and me use our brain, basically 2 or 3% of our brain, then Einstein uses it at 3 or 4%. Okay, 4 or 5%. He uses his brain. Like I don't actually support this argument, but many people say that it is true. Okay. So when you breathe deeply, you are using your brain power, brain energy way more, your muscle power, muscle energy way more efficiently than you would if you don't breathe deeply. So in an argument or in an fight, the one who is breathing deeply, he's using his brain and muscles more efficiently. He's more present. He's more focused. He calculates way faster the argument or the fight. He calculates way faster. And the other person is just breathing in a shallow way. He's just speaking blah 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 blah. He's speaking like that. He's taking shallow breaths. He tries to speak fast to gain domination, but this person he's calm. He's breathing deeply. He's listening carefully, calculating arguments, and then he gives an argument after his calculation, after being present, being calm, being powerful, and that one argument only destroys that person's all of those arguments. In fighting also, whenever I am grappling or striking or wrestling or doing anything, let's take an example of striking. Whenever I'm striking and breathing deeply, whenever I'm present, whenever I'm in a flow state right there, I breathe like this. I'm waiting for my opponent. I read way much better. I read my opponent way much better and I react way, way much better. Whenever I am like breathing deeply, I'm like flowing. I flow way much better. Better. And when he strikes, I know when he's about to strike. I read him. I know what reaction he will give on my jab, on my kick. And I perform way much better than I would have if I would have been breathing shallowly, not in a flow state, not present. Breathing is like you don't realize how powerful breathing is for you, or breathing can be for you. And for my viewers who are MMA fighters from India, let me tell you the guy which I told you about earlier, Wim Hof, who climbed the Mount Everest in his shorts, Anshul Jubli also uses his breathing method. He has said it in Ranveer Alavadia's podcast. You can check it out. He uses his breathing method because he knows how powerful breathing is. He uses it to recover. So now that I have probably convinced you that breathing is actually a superpower, let me tell you how you can train it and how you can get to the next level, how you can use the superpower that God has given you. First, breathe deeply at all times. Our average breath nowadays is 3 to 6 seconds. It should be 7 to 12 seconds. This is what our breath is. 3 seconds. This is how you breathe. You should be breathing like you should be breathing you should be breathing deeply at all times. And when I breathe deeply, even then my breath is like 6 seconds at most. But when I really focus, then I can take it to more than 6 seconds. That is how our ancestors used to breathe. And maybe some of our grandfathers, if they are healthy, still breathe like that. You know, they used to breathe so deeply. Their breaths were sometimes their breaths were even 12 seconds long without holding it, without holding like this in between. Their breath used to go till 12 seconds, bro. And we can't even do it hardly half of that. So whenever you basically become conscious of it, you have to train yourself. I have trained myself. And the day 3 or 4 times, I usually remind myself to breathe deeply. Like right now, bro. I remind you, I remind myself. Start breathing fully, start breathing deeply. So, first step is just this: remind yourself to breathe deeply at least 3 times a day. Then make it 4, make it 5. And then eventually you will reach a point where you are a person who breathes deeply at all times. That is how you train your mind to get in a habit to breathe fully. Now, before getting further, let me tell you what a full breath actually is. A full breath does not end at your chest, does not end at your stomach, does not end at your diaphragm. Okay, you heard me right. It does not end at your diaphragm. Although that is what we studied in science in our school, that the breath just goes till our diaphragm, but it does not. It goes down to your genitals, and you can feel it going down to your genitals. So now, right now, do this with me. What we will do is we will breathe from our nose, from the front of our body. We will imagine our breath going from the front of our body. We will visualize it straight to our genitals, and then we will visualize it going back up from our backbone, from our spine to the head, and then going out. This is what we will do right now. So just do this with me. Imagine your breath going in straight to your genitals, then after going back up from the spine and out from your head. You can also breathe out from the nose. I prefer breathing out from my mouth. I like it better. I feel way better. It is better to breathe out from your mouth, but don't inhale from your mouth. It's not healthy because there is a lot of dirt which comes in with it, and your nose has the hairs to stop it. That is why your nose is always dirty. Okay. So we will do this once again. If you like, and if you don't feel it till your genitals right now, it's okay. You won't at first. I didn't. I felt it only till my lower stomach, you can say, till my belly button, and not below that. But now I feel it going to my genitals and getting coming back up from my spine and out from my head. Second, which nobody wants to do but is really powerful: meditation. It only doesn't help in making you breathe powerfully, breathe deeply. It also helps you to train yourself to get into a flow state, train yourself to not to overthink, not to be anxious, being present. It meditation has a lot and lot of benefits. Everybody, every athlete should be doing meditation, must be doing meditation. Every great athlete, every champion in this world does meditation. Now, there are two ways. If you want to do meditation specifically for breathing, then sit down, close your eyes, focus on your breathing. Feel your breath going to your genitals, up from your spine and out from your head. But if you cannot focus, basically what I had with me is that I could not focus on my breath at first. I could not meditate while just focusing on my breath at first. I didn't, and then I just quit. But then I came across another method which you can do, which is also very powerful and which is not, you can say, not so boring, and it is easier to focus with that. What I did is I chanted something, and what I recommend is you chant Om. Okay, you close your eyes and chant Om. Speak Om with your mouth slowly as you breathe out. Now breathe in, and as you breathe out, speak Om and focus on that. And it is very easier, very much easier, much more easier to focus on what you are breathing out. Sorry, to focus on what you are speaking, because you are also listening to it. Your voice box is active, you're listening to it, and also you are exhaling out of it. So more of your senses are activated towards it. So it is easier. Okay. Third, how you can train your breath is Wim Hof method. Okay. Basically, the method which Anshu Jubli uses. In that method, also, basically, you have to sit down or lay down and you have to breathe through your mouth or nose. Like Wim Hof says that it is okay to do both. Okay. What I recommend is breathing in from your nose and breathing out from your mouth. Okay. Maybe it is harder to do that for some people because you have to like take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So you can also do it only using your mouth. There is no problem with that, because if I use my mouth, it is easier to breathe more and deeply. Okay. But there is a lot of dirt to which I said earlier, but it is okay to do it for like just for this practice, just to practice your breathing. Okay. It is okay. You can do it with your mouth only if you want to, if you wish to. Another thing I would say is cold exposure. Cold exposure. Okay. You won't find anybody else saying that on the internet. But I think that when you are in the ice bath, it affects your breathing, especially when the water is above your chest. Okay. And when you can at that time breathe deeply, be present, that will train you to breathe deeply in normal circumstances also. And keep in mind, Wim Hof also lives in the cold. In the cold, he roams around in shorts like it's nothing for it. Like it's like he's on a beach. He roams around in ice like he's on a beach in the daytime and it's very sunny. That is how he roams around in the ice. So go and take ice baths. It will also help in recovery. Sit down there. Water must be above your chest, and then there breathe deep. If you really benefited from this video, go and check out the link in the description. It is the only course I sell. I will take you from being an average athlete to becoming a high performance warrior if you watch that course.